We've got somebody else going now.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? The same bloke. I thought you were a different one.
Yeah, I'm the same guy.
What are you doing all this for? You wouldn't tell me last time.
Well, I don't need to tell you, do I?
No, of course you don't.
I'm out in public. I'm opposed, obviously, what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't believe in uncontrolled illegal immigration.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not far right or anything like that because I'm a centrist. I'm in the middle. All right. I'm neither left nor right. I've got a little bit of both. And I think that's the best place to be in these situations. And I think the extremes of both. I think the extremes of both can be dangerous, don't you?
No.
You don't.
The extremes of right-wing things can, yeah.
Yeah, but what about the extremes of left? Because they're obviously quite. I mean, if you look at the extremes of left, you look at communism.
Yeah,
the extremes
but we haven't got communism here. In fact, to be honest, where have we got communism? North Korea.
North Korea, you've
China.
got it. Yeah, you've had it in Venezuela. It didn't quite go as well there, did it?
It's debatable. Communism won't go well.
Yeah, I think, but you can't deny that. You know, extremism on the left isn't bad as well because you've got communism, 90 million dead. You know, so.
And how many million dead from the far right? And America getting involved with everything and bombing
zero.
the fuck out
You're looking at zero because they're a minority. They're a fringe movement.
No,
you're looking at massive regimes over the years. 90 million dead. You can't dismiss that. I mean, I look at Hitler. Yeah, he's a really bad guy, but he's nothing compared to what Stalin did to his people.
Oh yes, Stalin was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's got you're very far away from immigration. And
I don't think so. I don't think in this present situation where we're just recovering from a pandemic and our infrastructure's pushing to the limit. Uncontrolled immigration is not a really good idea, is it?
We haven't got uncontrolled immigration.
We have.
Fact,
I mean, I went down to Dover and I was watching it myself, and they were landing uncontrollably. There was no border force. They were landing on the beach. We don't know where these people come from, do we?
Yeah, Calais.
Yeah, but we don't know where they come from after that, do we?
No, you mean before that?
Yeah, because a lot of them come across illegally on the dinghies. They ditch their identification. Why they do that, I don't know.
What we have got coming in at the moment.
What?
You probably won't agree with me.
What?
We've got a lot of people coming from the Ukraine that are coming in under false pretences.
Oh, well, I'd agree with that as well. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
I can tell you that for sure.
I think that's putting pressure on. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But at a time that we're in now, we're just recovering from this massive thing we've just gone through. Taxes are going through the roof. We're in an energy crisis. We've got a fuel crisis.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have voted them in.
Eh?
Shouldn't have voted Brexit. Shouldn't have voted them in.
Well, it would have been even worse state if we hadn't voted for Brexit.
Rubbish.
Because the EU would have demanded that we take a lot more immigrants than we have currently.
We didn't, did we?
Yeah, exactly. Because we voted for Brexit.
No. Brexit was the worst thing this country.
Why was Brexit the worst thing we could vote for?
Leave because they were fundamentally racist.
Who was?
People that voted leave.
So 17.4 million people are racist in this country then?
Exactly.
I voted for Brexit. But I'm not a racist.
Of course you did.
How do you
are.
How am I a racist?
Do
you know me? Do you know me?
No.
Well, how can you say I'm a racist then?
Because for one thing, you voted for Brexit.
That's not racist. That's a democratic vote.
Rubbish. It wasn't actually a democratic vote. It was an advisory
How is it racism? How am I?
Because
am I being
on what
racist?
Basis, you already have told me that you don't like immigrants.
No, I don't like immigration.
You don't like immigration.
I don't like uncontrolled immigration.
You don't like immigration.
Yeah.
Right? You don't like immigration.
No, I don't like uncontrolled immigration. I agree.
Brexit.
In times of need that we need some immigration, but it has to be controlled.
And what's these times of need then? Because it's looking pretty much like we want some at the moment.
Well, every country needs a little bit of immigration, but at the minute it seems like the floodgates have been opened.
I don't know where you get these ideas from.
Well, I watch the news. I watch the world. I watch what's happening.
You should stop watching the news maybe and do a bit more thinking.
I do a lot of thinking. I think maybe you should do a bit more thinking about how this country's struggling at the minute and how the people of this country are struggling at the minute.
And why? Why are they?
Because the energy crisis and the infrastructure, we've got very little social housing at the minute. So where are these people supposed to go? Are you willing to take a refugee in?
I haven't got the room to take a refugee.
Well, there you go.
Really,
so what happens then? They take up social housing that people in this country need. Yeah.
Do you know what happens to asylum seekers when they come here?
Yeah, I know what happens to them. Yeah.
What happens to them? You tell me.
Yeah, I used to work in a refugee centre.
You did, and you're doing this.
Yeah. Because I see the behind the scenes of it all.
You're either very misguided.
I'm not misguided at all. I'm just informed.
No.
I'm just
you're
informed.
wrong. You're totally wrong.
Well, you came across here, you accused me of being a racist. You're wrong about that. Because I'm not a racist. I've never been a racist in my life.
Well, I would love to know what
Do you want to know what I did? Do you want to know what I did for a living for 5 years?
Yeah, go on, tell
I
me.
lived in Iraq. I was protecting the people of Iraq
Right,
from the
you were in
Taliban.
the army.
No, I wasn't in the army, I was private security.
Leave it there. Leave it there. Say no more.
What? What's wrong with protecting people from the Taliban?
Absolute bollocks.
Absolute bollocks.
Yeah, absolute bollocks.
There you have it. That's what happens when you've...
There you have it. So carry on putting it on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you lose the argument, you just walk away. And that's what happens when the far left you try to debate with the far left. They call you a racist, they don't know you, and then you try and argue the points with them, they won't have it.